Chapter 5.2, natural logarithmic function, integration. Day 3, log integration with trigonometry. This isn't going to be a long video. I'm just going to introduce how they came up with a one antiderivative of a trig function that you're not familiar with. Right now we only have the antiderivative of sine and cosine. I'm going to show you how they came up with sine, or tangent, sorry. And then I'm going to show you the other ones. The secant and cosecant are quite involved. There's examples in your book of how they came up with it. Suffice it to say, memorize them. And if you need some extra help with it, we can work that out. All right? So the antiderivative of tangent of x with respect to x. Right now, we have no function whose derivative is tangent. Right? There's no function we can take the derivative of it and get tangent. But we can rewrite tangent. Tangent is defined as sine over cosine. All right? And as I was talking about in yesterday's video, if the degree of the bottom is 1 higher than the degree of the top, it's most likely a natural log integration. All right? Why is that? Because when you take something and differentiate it, you lose a degree. What happens if we take cosine and differentiate it? We get down to negative sine. Right? So this is a key when you take the bottom's derivative kind of matches the top, that we may be able to use log differentiation. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to say u equals my bottom. U is cosine of x. The derivative of cosine is negative sine of x. All right? We almost have that. So I'm going to multiply by negative 1, and I'm going to multiply by negative 1. Negative 1 times 1 is 1. I've multiplied by 1. I haven't changed a thing. So I got negative. I'm going to substitute negative sine x dx is du. Cosine of x is u. So I got negative natural log of u plus the constant. And u is cosine of x. So negative natural log of cosine of x plus the constant. That's the antiderivative of tangent. All right? Cotangent, very similar. All right? Here's the trick, antiderivatives. Antiderivative of tangent, negative natural log of cosine of u. Cotangent, very similar. Cosine changes to sine. Negative changes to positive. Right? Very similar. Now the method for secant to find that one is quite long and involved. Suffice it to say, the antiderivative of secant is the natural log of secant plus tangent. And vice versa with cosecant. Right? Take a look in your books. All textbooks will have those examples. You can kind of follow through them. Let's look at an example. Find the average value of f of x equals tangent of x on the interval from 0 to pi over 4. Well, to find the average value, we need to first integrate from 0 to pi over 4 with respect to x, and then we need to divide by 1 minus pi over 4 minus 0. 1 minus pi over 4 minus 0. Okay, the 0 will cancel. 1 over pi over 4 is 4 over pi. All right? As we just saw, the antiderivative of tangent is negative natural log of cosine. So the antiderivative of tangent is negative natural log of cosine from 0 to pi over 4. So we got 4 over pi, negative natural log cosine of pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2 minus natural log of the cosine of 0 is 1. Oops, let's go back to blue. Right? And then the natural log of 1 is 0, so really this kind of falls off. We got 4 over pi, And then negative natural log of 2. Let's break natural log of square root of 2 over 2. Square root is 1/2 power natural log of 2 minus natural log of 2. All right. Let's distribute. We got 4 over pi. Distribute the negative sign, negative 1/2. Natural log of 2 plus the natural log of 2. Well, that'll clean up to 1/2 the natural log of 2. When I take natural log of 2 minus half a natural log of 2. And we can see the 4 and the 2 will reduce. So we got 2 natural log of 2 over pi, which is natural log of 4 over pi. And that'd be the simplest form. Now, obviously, if you want, you can stop there, because that is a numerical equivalent. Just on the multiple choice test, that may not be a choice. And more likely, they may come all the way down to here. All right? So the key for today, know the trig antiderivatives. All right? Know the trig antiderivatives, and they're right here, or right here. Antiderivative sine is negative cosine. Antiderivative of cosine, sine, and you can read through them. Tangent is negative natural log of cosine. Cotangent is natural log of sine. Secant and cosecant will be the tough ones to memorize. You definitely want to put your focus more on them.